Hi, welcome to Comprehensive English Lab. If you're new to IELTS and struggle with fast audio, diverse accents, tricky words, or confusing synonyms in listening, then great news. This series is for you. Here, we use the real test format, but with simpler language to build active listening skills. Step by step, no stress, just steady progress. Feel good? Let's dive in ASAP and improve IELTS listening together.
You will hear a presentation between a student and a professor. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Well, Cressida, your presentation yesterday about your placement at the TV News Center was very interesting.
Thank you, Dr. Erskine. I worked very hard on it.
Yes, you did. You made your classmates laugh, and they enjoyed it. You also gave them useful information. But I felt there was more to the story. How was the placement really?
Well, I did learn a lot, like I said. But some things were not easy to talk about in front of everyone. My expectations were too high. I imagined it would be more exciting. In the end, it was okay. But the start was difficult.
Yes, I heard something similar from the producer, Ainsley Webb, who assessed you. He was not very happy about some things, especially your attitude at the beginning. Would you like to tell me what happened?
The main problem was that I was not prepared. On my first morning, I didn't check my journey properly. I didn't see that the buses start at 6. I had to run to the studio, but I was still late. I also looked very untidy.
That kind of mistake is better now than later in your career. I made similar mistakes when I was your age. Anyway, your presentation yesterday was very good. And I will remember that when I give you your final grade for the placement.
Thank you for understanding.
Now, have you finished your diary of the placement? Professor Jenkins says he has not received it.
Yes, I finished it, but I wanted to make it a bit better. Some parts were written very quickly. I will email it to him this afternoon.
Okay, but this must be the last time it is late. Journalism is about deadlines. If you cannot meet them, he cannot say you are ready for the job.
I understand. I'll send it straight after this.
Great. Now, did you manage okay there overall?
Yes, mostly. It took time to learn how to use the equipment. Some of it was old and slow. At first, I thought the problems were my fault. I thought I was using it in the wrong way. The TV Center staff did not really offer help. If I asked a question, they were polite and explained things. But I felt uncomfortable asking all the time. Before you hear the rest, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen carefully and answer questions 7 to 10.
I see. Did you feel you had enough work to do in the end?
The first 2 days were very busy. They didn't have enough staff, so I ran around the building with messages and tasks. I often got lost because I didn't know the building. Sometimes I went to the wrong room or spoke to the wrong person. Later, Things became quieter, and sometimes I waited for someone to give me a task. But then they got new equipment. It was the same as the equipment we use at college, so I knew how to use it. That helped me a lot. I spent several days working in the editing room. After that, they trusted me more. When a senior reporter went to interview a junior minister, I went with him because he knew I could manage the technical work.
That's very positive.
Yes, I know I need to learn from my mistakes, especially about planning ahead, but I feel much more confident now. I didn't cause serious problems, and I helped the team. The producer said I did a good job. One thing I want to include in my final assignment is ethics. I had a disagreement with a senior presenter. He changed something a member of the public said in the interview. When I asked about it, he wasn't happy. He said, "People don't remember their words anyway."
That's an interesting topic. Writing about ethics would be a strong idea for your final assignment. I can give you some reading to help.
Thank you. That would be very helpful.
This is the end of the recording.